equipment day. I'm excited. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm on the Kubota SVL 97-2 today, and I'm working on this pond. So this was an older pond, and what I can tell you is it never really held a lot of water because the entire bank over here is nothing but sand. Like, this whole area is nothing but sand. So what we're thinking happened was they came in and they pushed all the sand up and they started the dam on this side over here, right? So they pushed everything out of the middle, and then when they finally got the clay, that started hitting more on this side over here, because I can see when I like dug that tree out, there's a lot more clay over here than there is on this side. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to widen the pond on this back side. We're going to take all this fill material right here and we're going to line the back of the pond dam with it. And I'm going to cut in a few feet starting from about here all the way over a few feet off that dam. We're going to pull out all the stuff that's in the middle. We're going to break the dam over here, move all this dirt back. We're going to have access to hopefully what is enough clay. That's enough. Let's get to work. Big chunky gray clay right there. Oh, that is good stuff. So I'm going to take this whole layer and set this whole layer off in another area, and then underneath this gray stuff, which I thought was going to be a lot lower, but this is all usable, underneath all this is the red dirt clay right there. So we're good. E60, this is what I ended up picking up. And if you look at this guy next to my Cabelco 70 SR, this is like a 12,500 pound machine. It's in a different class than that. That thing's almost 19,000 pounds, so that's almost 20,000. So she's got at least 6K on her, right? And we can get into the breakout force and all of that, but I don't think that that's what you guys want to see. They're numbers on a piece of paper. What matters is this is the hardest clay. This is gray and red, and you're lucky trying to scratch it. Like, I can't even scratch that. Hey, you can see the red mark on my hand. This stuff is tough, and I've been digging it. So what I want to do is I just want to set up the camera in a position where you can see this thing get a full bucket in the hardest stuff you're going to dig in other than rock, and then you can understand how quick it works. There you go. Let's jump down in our hole. You saw that, and you saw the time. Now I think you probably thought I was going to dig it out of the side. That's easy, right? No, I dug it out right here. I dug it out where it's hard to dig. And like, let me kick this for you. See that big chunk sticking up where the teeth went? There. That's how hard it is. I just dug up to here. That's a pretty deep hole. So that's the reality. It's really powerful. Like, it's impressive. It's made this job easy for me, and I'm blown away. Now I was gonna go with a KO80. I was gonna buy a KO80. They just recently raised the price another from 100 grand when I was looking at them a year ago to like 140. I'm like, there's no way I can afford that size excavator for that price. I'm just gonna stay with mine. This guy right here, really gonna go, I think, you know, it was well under 100. It was like 80 something thousand dollars. So there you go. With buckets, with 2 buckets. I've pulled trees out with it. I've done everything you would do with it. And it's not a 60. It's not a 60. It's small, but it's not a 60. It's way more powerful than that. It's not. It's underrated. It punches over its weight. When he said, do you want a 36-inch bucket? I'm like, well, I can't put a 36-inch bucket on that. Like, he's like, oh yeah, no, it can handle like a 38-inch, no problem. And I'm like, yeah, but I dig in clay. He's like, why don't you just buy the 36-inch bucket? You have a problem with it if it doesn't dig for you. You know, we'll swap you out and we'll give you a smaller bucket. And I'm like, okay. And that bucket's huge. It's huge. It's not a small bucket. And it's just digging like nothing. So there you go. Now let's open this up. Oh, all by itself. So full access to everything, you know, pretty basic stuff. I don't plan on being in here a lot. That's why I'm buying new equipment. But you want to change your filters. They're all right here. The other thing you can notice is there's no def, right? Bam. No regen either. This is just like a catalytic converter. It's all you need, really. So yeah, no problem there. Very nice looking cab. As far as the air conditioner goes, unbelievable. Works fantastic. Everything is laid out really well. For the window, button there, button here, and you push it up, and I can do that with one hand. This is a good window design. Notice there's no frame. Of course, it's not a skid steer, right? You need a frame in the other one, I get it, but like, there's a difference between this window design. It's better, but this is an excavator. You kind of expect that. Let's go windows in the front, on the side. One thing you can notice is there's just glass. You can see all the way around you, but really easy window detents to work. Same right here. Look how wide that opens. It's fantastic. And you're not going to be able to hear me because the air conditioner's on. Fuel system priming. Dismiss. We'll fire her up. And we're going to idle her down. Now when you close the door and you close the window, super quiet, but I've got the door and the window open and I'm cool right now, and the air conditioner is set low. And it's about 90 degrees outside. Two vents here that actually blow a large amount of air. The main vent right here blows too much. Like, you have to like I have it pointed at my hand so that it disperses the air around a little bit, because it just cranks out the air. And then you have two vents, and you can see I've got this one pointed back, so it kind of loops around. Nice spot for your little Bobcat cooler. And then you have your coffee cup set up over here, so you can have your coffee and your water. Your cell phone fits right in here, and then you got another little tray for whatever you may need right here. From an ergonomic standpoint, controls are perfect. They're right where they need to be. The arm supports are perfect. Like, everything's super easily accessible and within arm's reach. And for me, the main thing that I love so much is in all three, or with the other excavators that I own and the ones that I've used, the Kubotas that I've used, I have a real big problem. I don't know if it's my body type or what, but these pedals are not laid out in such a manner where, other than like a big one like a cat, I can't ever go backwards, right? I can go forwards easy enough, but I'm usually reaching up here to grab the sticks. Now I finally feel like a proper operator because I can actually use the back control on these. So really nice. Got a standard windshield wiper, more areas for switches over here as well. You can turn off the beepy sound. This right here is your light switch. You got your lights here. So you have a control.
And I gotta say, he is pretty cute. I know he's 13, but like, I can tell the girls are probably really attracted to him. And
why can she say that?
Dude, we are surrounded by pedophiles in this country. He's really cute. I know he's 13. Stop it, people. Jeez Louise. Anyway, it's got a radio. I don't listen to the radio. I usually use headphones. And but this has full functional Bluetooth. It comes with this screen. I am going to add the backup camera because the backup camera is the entire screen. It's not an afterthought like it is on the Kubota systems, right? They put it in because everybody needed it and they didn't have anywhere to put it, so they just stick it somewhere. So the screen itself, you can add an attachment if you want to use a ripper, 3-tine grapple, clamp, packer wheel, auger, plate compactor, flail mower, You can do the laser equipment. This has a system called depth check. We're going to get into that later. I think I'm going to go ahead and add it to this machine, and this will allow us to shoot grade on this particular unit. I can build pads, I can do all kinds of stuff with this. We build a lot of small pads. In fact, I got a call today for another small pad. So anyway, this will give you actual depth control of your bucket built into the excavator. It's incredible. So anyway, all your service stuff is in here. Next service is in 31 hours. I've got an hour clock visible right here. You can connect your phone to it. You've got your gauges here. You can go to settings anytime you want. You can set up your idle. You can go auto idle. You can put it back up. So you got auto idle time delay. You can go into eco mode, right? So that runs it at about 75%. If you're worried about fuel, or you just don't want to over rev your engine. And I've run this, I don't have it on that because I want full power for digging in this hard stuff. But when I was in the sand, I just ran it at 75% on eco mode. So anyway, eco mode's off. We'll see service gauges. So anyway, yeah, there you go. Pretty cool. And then you've got access to all this down here as well. So this can be volume control. It'll mute it, it'll turn it on. You can go home, you can check all your stats right here. 41 psi. I'm using 0.3 gallons per hour right now. That's pretty efficient. 111 degrees on the hydraulic temperature. That is great, actually being able to see what the hydraulic temperature is. If we ever put like a flail mower on this or anything, fantastic. So anyway, and machine performance. Machine is operating at peak performance. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. I kind of keep it on that, and I will connect the phone, but not bad. It ain't great. I mean, it'd be better if it had a little more treble, but since I was promised a stereo on my SVL 97-2, because the dealer told me they came stock with them now, and they don't, and it wasn't in there when I picked it up. I just don't use them anymore. Not that you could use one in there because it's so loud compared to the Bobcats. You could actually use the radio in this. And of course you have Bluetooth. This is your Bluetooth mic right here. Oh, auxiliary port. You want to plug your phone in and charge it and connect it and listen to music and everything, it's right there. So, and it's in a little sealed container. Not that it gets dusty in here. I've dug an entire pond, and we've got like a minor amount of dust. You can see the machine's not that dirty. And, pretty nice. Operator handbook back here. So anyway, new machine. Very happy with it. Lots of different stuff that I didn't go into, but for those of you that haven't considered, like me, if you haven't considered a Bobcat, I would suggest that you do, because they're more powerful than you think they are, and I'm very impressed. And the service, I don't have to go wait, like take my equipment in and have it sit at a dealership for 2 weeks. North Texas Bobcat, they actually send the service truck out. That's, come on, I mean, real service. That's impressive to me. Get out of this bad boy. So guys, if you're in Texas, I highly recommend North Texas Bobcat. I'll put a link in the description where you guys can get a hold of them. All I gotta say, everybody has a favorite type of machine. I wish I wouldn't have listened to people when I bought my Kubota. You guys know I'm super honest. The Mahindra video, like this, I tell it like it is. And this is the first piece of equipment that I've owned that I've been really impressed with. It's just, I'm super happy. And I got to tell you, I think, you know, as long as Bobcat keeps doing what they're doing, I'm probably going to switch over to some other equipment as well. It's fast, it's efficient, it's extremely powerful, extremely powerful. You want to see this go head to head with another piece of equipment, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, and I'll Pepsi challenge it. You know, if we put a 57 up against this, it's not gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. You put a John Deere up against this, it's not gonna happen. We already know Cat's great. I love Cat, but they can't even lift as much as a Kubota can. So that's not gonna happen. This guy right here, it's bad. This bad boy.